up, guys? Happy Friday. Today on Influencers Only, we've got Pewdiepie's response to the YouTube Rewind video. We got a brand new Joanne The Scammer show that's currently in production, and we have yet another social media award show, which just goes to show that the influencer space is spreading fast. Who would have thought that throwing on a disheveled blonde wig and a false fur coat would somehow magically lead to a successful career in legitimate television series? Well, Brendan Miller, apparently. Brendan is the brain behind the iconic thief known as Joanne The Scammer, who is a messy bitch just trying to live her life.
Move over, Disneyland. London's got something way more exciting. It's a big-ass Ferris wheel.
Brendan has said before that he's been in talks with Netflix to develop a sitcom, so now that the news is broken that Super Deluxe is working on a scripted series with the influencer's alter ego, I think it's a totally reasonable assumption to think that Netflix is just circling in the background, waiting to pounce on its next series that will likely only last 2 seasons before getting canceled. Too soon? I'm just with you guys, but I do wonder if Joanne will be as much of a hit as a full-length comedy series versus her usual quick comedy clips meant to make you laugh simply because you have no idea what the hell you just watched. I talked yesterday about how the YouTube Rewind for 2017 came out, and Pewdiepie was definitely absent from it all. Pewdiepie has now posted his own video about the whole thing, and turns out he noticed he wasn't in it too, which is a good thing because this would be an entirely different story if he thought that he was. Turns out that he was just as unsurprised as I was about his glaring absence, saying 2017 has been quite the year.
I understand why. Like, I'm not salty at YouTube for not inviting me or something. But at the end of the day, I care more about YouTube. I care more about what's good for YouTube, what's good for the platform, than me being in it and, I don't know, pissing people off. I don't know.
Let's get real for a second. If he didn't understand what led to this, I would say that he's definitely lying. So I'm really glad that he's at least self-aware enough to call himself out. This year, Pewdiepie was one of the main faces of YouTube controversy outside of like Jake Paul and Rice Gum, because Pewdiepie quite simply did a lot of racist shit. First, he made anti-Semitic jokes, which by default aren't jokes because they're anti-Semitic. I don't know how that didn't seem obvious to him, but clearly it didn't go over well, and it left him in a place where he was labeled as a hateful and prejudiced person, and ultimately led him severing ties with Maker Studios. After that went down, Pewdiepie tried to explain that his intent with the joke was to show just how crazy the modern world was by specifically showcasing that people on Viber will say anything for $5. For instance, something anti-Semitic? I get what he's saying, but dude, poor way to showcase that. And it didn't even end there, because he came under fire again for using the N-word during a live stream, which he also ended up having to apologize for. Clearly, YouTube is still wary about showcasing him when summing up the year, probably because they want to forget everything that ever happened. But what do you guys think? Have you forgiven Pewdiepie for his horrible sense of humor? I don't think I can say I have. Yes, BET is the newest network to say, hey, we like social media too, but they're proving it in a big way by throwing their own award show in its honor. The BET Social Awards are going to be lit as though, because they're not just showing which influencer did the best makeup or who had the best vlogs. They'll also be covering all the cringy we wish we had never seen on the internet too. At least that's what they're hinting at, and I'm totally here for it. After all, not everything goes viral for a good reason, and I'm just praying that they have a ridiculous category like memes we never want to see again or something like that, because I can definitely think of at least 3 off the top of my head. Mike Epps is executive producing the hour-long event, but don't get too excited because it's not until February 11th to be exact, so make sure you mark your calendars way in advance, because if you miss it, you literally have no one to blame but yourself. I just gave you a 2 months heads up. All right, y'all, it's Friday. I'm about to get the hell out of here, but thanks for tuning in. It's been an awesome week of influencer news. I'm your girl, Haley. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.